Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott Pollock, Chief Editor of the Critical Post Chicago, reporting. Welcome to another edition of the Goldwater Report. Thanks again for tuning us in, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a minute memo, completely off script, to tell you, be very careful about where you're getting your news from. Just because somebody is on the internet and they can print something, it doesn't mean that that's something that you should believe. Well, any people in our audience that are reasonable, and most of you are, otherwise you wouldn't be part of our audience, understands this. But the rest of the people in this country don't get it. Now, there's an awful lot of peer pornography on the internet. And I want to show you something, ladies and gentlemen, because just today, and we've just taken an impression of this particular Drudge Report page. As you can see here, we've got the Drudge Report up and we've got Infowars up. This particular relationship between these two men is something we've reported on in the past. Now, Alex Jones is being, and this was written by the idiot Paul Joseph Watson, one of his undisciplined reporters, report 3 Syrian refugees, quote unquote, rape little girl at knife point in Idaho. It is featured in the third column on the Drudge Report, of which we've just taken an impression of to make sure that we captured this. Right there. You see that? Report, Syrian refugees rape little girl at knife point in Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, this is spear pornography. The story is completely unfounded. A call to Twin Falls, Idaho, resulted in the fact that there is no refugee resettlement plant going on in Twin Falls, Idaho, of Syrian refugees at this point in time. This is a result of a report that was a rumor spread on the internet. So here we are again with Alex Jones and Matt Drudge, two of the most undisciplined, subjective reporters in the business of journalism. Moreover, yellow journalism. This is absolute garbage. It is a completely unfounded report. So be very careful about what you watch on the internet and what you're populating on the internet. Matt Drudge boasts that he's got billions of people populating a website, which is absolutely untrue. What he does have is a script at his site that, if you are visiting his site, keeps on reloading the page. So if you stay on the site long enough, that particular IP address will keep on reporting back to the stats engines that it was another page click, because it reloads the page. But all that aside, this is absolute garbage. There is no Syrian refugee resettlement plan going on in Twin Falls, Idaho. And this little girl was not raped at knife point, the details of which, the details of which has not been revealed because these are all minors. It is a false story. It is fear pornography. And Alex Jones is making an awful lot of money. And I don't care about that. God bless. May he make as much money as he needs to make for his family and friends. And maybe his heart's in the right place. But this guy and his cadre of idiots that he calls news reporters is completely unfounded. Recently, he's playing into the jihadi scare on one of his reports, when he's the king of the false flags, as if they're the whole jihadi reports and all this stuff about ISIS, which admittedly ISIS is an American a packaging for Americans to support the war on terror, and there are other semantical operations afoot. All that aside, now he's in full-throated anti-jihad attack rather than being a news reporter. This is subjective reporting. It is garbage. And Matt Drudge and Alex Jones of the Inforwars team, the leader of the Infowar, are two of the worst fear pornographers in the journalism business. They are not news reporters, ladies and gentlemen. They are journalists, and the reason that I'm indignant about it is there's a bunch of people out there that take this stuff to heart and run around with information in their head as if this information is credible, when clearly it is not. And this is a perfect example. This just appeared. Again, this is Scott Pollack, Chief Editor of the Critical Post Chicago, reporting. Thanks again for watching another edition of the Goldwater Report. We'll be back soon. But watch out where you're getting your news from, ladies and gentlemen. And watch out for what you're ingesting as news. That is all.